Today I'm gonna discuss if the White Walkers are the real threat in this series or if there is someone else who can be the main threat. So stay tuned for that. Hello everyone, welcome to Ultimate Book Maniacs, your one stop for book and TV series reviews. I've already discussed some popular questions about Season 7 and Season 8 in my previous videos. Remember how I used to post viewers request videos before? Well, I'm starting this series again. This video is requested by Chris Weinberger. My brother also suggested that I should start a series once a month where I should discuss the popular theories. What do you think about this idea? And which popular theories do you want me to discuss? Let me know in the comments. I'll also post why there are no female White Walkers video next Saturday at 7 p.m. IST or at 9:30 a.m. EST. I'll also post Sansa's fate in the finale, Season 8 updates, and Arya's journey and predictions videos soon. So make sure to subscribe this channel and also click on the bell icon to get notifications from my channel. So, Chris Weinberger has asked, it seems like the White Walkers won't be making their way past the wall until the end of Season 7. Wouldn't that be kind of anticlimactic to limit the war with the dead to one season? By comparison, the War of the Five Kings lasted about 2 seasons, and the original Long Night supposedly lasted a generation. Is there any chance the White Walker threat is a red herring? They probably are the main threat, but is it possible that something or someone else is the real threat, such as Cersei? If you could address this question in a video, that would be appreciated. You have a very good point, Chris, but I wouldn't say it would be anticlimactic to limit the war to one season. The War of the Five Kings started when Robert Baratheon died and Joffrey took the Iron Throne. There were 5 parties involved in this war: Joffrey, Stannis, Renly, Robb, and Balon Greyjoy. And it wasn't just straight out fighting in this war. There were a lot of plotting, scheming, and backstabbing involved in this war. The original Long Night might have lasted a generation, but why did the Long Night came in the first place? It's because of the war between the Children of the Forest and the First Men. The Children created the White Walkers to fight the First Men. And as I have said in my Crazy Theory videos before, I think the White Walkers were gathering their armies during the Age of Heroes, which was an era of peace between the Children and the First Men. It's possible many noble houses were founded during this era, like House Lannister of Casterly Rock, House Gardner of the Reach, and House Durrandon of Stormlands, etc. If you have read about The Last Hero, you know that the last hero had set out in search of the Children of the Forest during the Long Night. His company was attacked by giants, whites, and the others, and he was the only survivor left. He eventually reached the Children of the Forest and gained their assistance. You know what this means? It means that when the Long Night began, the First Men had to fight the White Walkers and the Whites alone. The First Men only wielded bronze weapons at that time, which wouldn't have helped them much. Many people would have died and joined the army of the dead. The tides would have turned when the last hero found the Children of the Forest and gained their assistance, because the children were the ones who wielded obsidian weapons along with the weirwood bows. We know that obsidian, aka dragonglass, is the only weapon which can kill the White Walkers and can also kill the Whites in the show. So technically, the original Long Night had 3 parties in it. By comparison, the current Long Night will have only 2 parties in it, the White Walkers and the Westerosi, or maybe 3 if Cersei really betrays the Starks. But the current Westerosi have 3 advantages the First Men didn't have. First, the dragonglass weapons. Second, the dragons themselves. And third, the Three-Eyed Raven, aka Bran. Thanks to Jon and Dany, they are already prepared with the weapons, and with Bran keeping an eye on their movements, they will know in advance when the Night King will make his move. So I think they are as ready as they can ever be to fight this war. And this will be a straight out war. There will be no political moves, no scheming, no other kind of manipulation involved in this. So I guess one season is enough for this war. As for who the real threat is in this series, I've heard several theories in the past that claim that the White Walkers are the good guys, that they are only trying to protect their lands by killing humans, and that Dany is the real threat. If we assume that the White Walkers are not the real threat, then I can think of only three characters who can be the real threat. Let's take a look at their stories one by one. The first one is Daenerys Targaryen. Dany started out as a scared child, running from one place to another, always fearing Robert's assassins. She had Viserys as her only family, and you know how that turned out. Dany lost everything when her husband and child died. But she didn't give up. Like a phoenix, she was reborn in that fire. After that, she helped the slaves get freedom. She had even tried to protect the women from the Dothraki. It shows that she has always had a gentle heart. I'll admit she had made some harsh decisions, like burning down Mary, Randall Tarley, and his son, etc. But Mary had killed her husband and her child. She was only taking her revenge by using Mary's life to hatch the third dragon. And she had killed Randall Tarley and his son for treason. I'll read a few lines of Stannis and Davos from the books. Stannis: what is the penalty for treason under the law? Death, he said. The penalty is death, Your Grace. It has always been so. I'm not a cruel man, Sir Davos. You know me, have known me long. This is not my decree. It has always been so, since Aegon's day and before. Daemon Blackfyre, the brothers Tywin, the Vulture King, Grandmaster Harith. Traitors have always paid with their lives, even Rhaenyra Targaryen. She was the daughter to one king and mother to two more. Yet, she died a traitor's death for trying to usurp her brother's crown. It is the law, Davos, not cruelty. Similarly, the Tarleys were traitors to Dany, and she gave them a chance to bend the knee. Those who didn't died for it. Just like Stannis' loyal supporters, who refused to bend the knee to Joffrey after the Battle of Blackwater Way, were killed too. So you can see why I support Dany in her decision to kill the Tarleys, or at least why I don't hate her for it. So far, Dany's arc has been of a hero who rose from the ashes to take back what was rightfully hers. The second option is Cersei. Cersei has always been cruel. When she was young, she was cruel to her younger brother Tyrion. She also killed her friend Melara when she was young. And Cersei was the one who made Jaime leave Casterly Rock and join Aerys' Kingsguard. And becoming the queen didn't make her any less charming. She has always been a dark character, and you can see how she can be seen as a threat. But she has lost the support of her brother. There is no one left who is loyal to her, except maybe Qyburn and the Mountain. She has Euron, but you know that he is looking for a way to marry her and then kill her. So the only way she can be a threat is if she becomes the Match Queen and decides to blow up King's Landing. But that already happened in season 6, and I don't think David and Dan will repeat that. So I can see Cersei as a villain, but I can't see her as the main threat. As for the third character, can you guess who the third character is? Let me give you a hint. While I don't think this character is that dangerous in the show, but in the books, he is almost as creepy as Ramsay Bolton, or maybe even creepier than him. Yes, you guessed it right. Euron Greyjoy. In the books, he used to sexually abuse his brothers Aaron and Uri in their childhood. He also killed some of his brothers, which made him a kinslayer. According to Euron, he has traveled to the ruins of Valyria and came back alive. And in the books, he also has a horn which can supposedly control the dragons. And in the Winds of Winter sample chapter, in a vision, Aaron Greyjoy sees Euron sitting on a throne of skulls and later on the Iron Throne with a woman by his side, who I think might be Cersei. So in the books, at least for me, Euron is even more scary than Ramsay Bolton, but I'm not so sure about the show. Now let's take a look at the Night King. Thousands of years ago, the Night King was a first man. The children of the forest inserted a dragon glass through his chest and turned him into a weapon they meant to use against the first man. According to Old Nan, the White Walkers hate any living thing and they kill them all. I know many people believe that Old Nan's stories aren't true and therefore can't be trusted, but we have seen white horses whose flesh was missing. We have also seen a white polar bear who was probably killed by the whites too. So I think there might be some truth to her stories because their killing is not limited to just humans. So while I admit that it's possible that the threat of the White Walkers is a red herring, because this is Game of Thrones and anything can happen in it, and it will definitely be a nice twist, but I think the White Walkers are the main threat. Cersei and Euron can be the main threat too, but they are only human. They can't compare to the threat of the White Walkers and the army of the dead. Dany can be the real threat because of her dragons, but if we compare her and the Night King's storylines, I think the Night King would seem more like a main threat. Who do you think is the real threat in this series? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, it's time for the comment shoutout now. Today's comment shoutout goes to Vanessa Races, who said, I think Dany is going to save the day and the North will take her in. I agree with you on Dany possibly saving the day since she is the one who has dragons, and I also think that Jon might ride the other dragon. As for the North taking her in, I can see that they might reject Dany in the beginning, but if she somehow saves everyone, they might just agree to accept her as their queen. So, what do you think of these theories? Don't forget to tell us in the comments. If you like this video, please click on the like button below, share the video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. Bye bye. See you in my next video.